What are you doing now? Quick break. Wait. Not ready yet. Hang on. Welcome, Caroline Christie. Hang on. Oh. Well, that 5 minutes went really fast. Yes. Yes. Well, it's Tuesday. You know what that day means. I don't want to hear it from you. How is everybody in the garden? What are we doing? Dame Celestine. Hello, Queen Star. MS8114. Running drugs again, I say. And gun runner. Welcome, Chrissy X Ferris. I hope you're doing well as well. Yes, the sun is out. So what? So what? I'm sometimes into it. Welcome, White Rabbit. Oh, so nice the sun's shining on you, White Rabbit. When you have to run around me chasing you all the time. God, it's ridiculous. Magic is already in the air tonight. I'll give you a little salt and battery. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Well, I'm going to play something somber, something like... I'll play this. Yeah. What? Shine in the sun? Sparkle in the sun? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, yeah. And then I get sunburned. Maisie! Why? Why did you give me sunburn, Maisie? I hate you. Hawkwind. Everybody's doing Dr. Turvey. Bold claims. Bold claims. Well, okay. Oh my God. Right, guys? We gotta be prudent, though, about these things. We can get sucked right on in, my love. Grand claims. Okay, well, hey, how about this? Where's the trial? No, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Where's the trial? I'm sorry. Maybe we should break the plea somehow and hope for go for a trial. What do you think? Where's this? See, all these people coming out talking, making claims, right? Okay, well then, why don't we see it? We should see this then eventually. A trial, right? Fuckers. No? You don't like that, people in denial? Oh, Dame Celestine, come on now. I don't know. Maybe after midnight. Anyway, all right. How is everybody, though? How is everybody on a Tuesday? All right. Hanging in. Doing good. Enjoying the weather. Yep. We still got our beautiful purple candle. Beautiful. We will never what? What won't we do? What's too dark and too deep? Trial. Oh, that's right, trial. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, I wanted to show Dr. Turvey interview. Everybody looked at it. This is Custody Queens off the clock. So they got this interview with him. Dr. Brent Turvey. Here we go.
From him. Dr. Turvey is he's a forensic criminologist. He has a PhD in criminology. He has degrees in history, psychology, forensic science. He is with, Forensic Solutions LLC. He works major cases. That is primarily any cases involving death, sexual violence, or multiple victims.
Here's where we get
cases, big time public cases. Attorneys will call him. He's got so much experience and so much time that he has worked on these and seen. He's probably seen about everything.
What you thinking about, baby? How's your hair doing today? Hey, lovely. What's going on with your hair today?
So
I don't
really
know
anxious.
what's going on.
Now we're going to bring him up
All right.
now. He works on cases all over the country and all over the world. Also
yeah, he's not a threat.
Criminal
I love you. Seattle Rain, welcome, love.
So we're very excited to welcome Dr. Turvey.
How does my hair look? Oh, here he is.
How you doing, Dr. Turvey? We're so excited to have you on.
Well, thank you for delaying for a week after my oral surgery. It's still not healed yet, so people can hear my list.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I already like you already, my friend. I know what that's like.
No worries. We're so happy to have you, Dr. Turvey.
I'm glad to be here.
Hey, it's called the curse of the Hobbit, Dr. Turvey. Hey, Dr. Turvey, you and I have experienced the curse of the Hobbit. That's called the curse of the Hobbit. Remember, you can't dig into her too much, or else weird shit starts happening. I know how you feel, Dr. Turvey. You can't handle the truth, Dr. Turvey. Dr. Turvey, you can't handle the truth. No. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, God. Come on.
Today we're highlighting the life of a lesser-known ex-contender, Carl the Tooth Williams, always known as the sparring partner's sparring partner. He has made more appearances in the ring than any other boxer in history. He's taken blows from the very best. Joe Louis, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, just to name a few. Tooth, now, what is it that all these great boxers have in common? They all kick my... A lot of people say you look like a Barnum and Bailey clown that's been run over by a damn truck. How do you respond to that?
That's cool and all that, but you know, I had done that for a minute. But my boxing skills is what had brought me from the ground floor, you know, and plus with my hood, you know, rolling boxes, we rolled up like that, you know.
Without some sort of a gang you're in there?
Yeah, it's a boxing gang, you know, because we do like drive-by punches. You know, we drive up, bust somebody's head.
Welcome, Nasty Nate. Peasant!
Basically,
You can't handle the tooth, Nasty Nate.
Behind that, because I figure if I only got one tooth, they can't focus in on all my teeth and knock them out.
What is all this?
All right.
Man, this is a...
All right. You can't handle the tooth, Dr. Turvey? I couldn't handle it either. Remember, the Hobbit has strange powers. The Hobbit has strange powers. Yes, he does. Well, you remember. Oh, my gosh. You look innocent, but she'll curse your fucking ass. Then all of a sudden, you have to get some fucking teeth, like, ripped out of your face because she put a curse on your fucking ass. Yeah, that's how the Hobbit worked, by the way. Just saying. She got some voodoo shit going on with her. She's practicing some laws. She's practicing some Reno, Nevada desert fucking kind of weird voodoo shit going on out there. Fuck hell yeah. Well, certainly let me welcome Nasty Nate. Done Shanghaiing people for the day, I see. Are you done Shanghaiing people, Nasty Nate? What's your going rate now? 7,500 a head? Nasty Nate. All day on the what? They're on the straight. On the straight. You're Shanghaiing people. Oh dear. What do you do with worthless shares? Billy Shears with worthless shares. I can't sell this shit. What am I supposed to do with this kind of paper? Well, I don't even have it. I guess I just gotta light it up. That's right. All right, Mr. Turvey, what you got to say, Mr. Turvey? Come on, let's go. Where are you?
All right.
All right, let's go.
Let's jump into it.
Let's jump in.
I don't want to waste any time.
Me neither, bitch. All right, I love you, bitch.
We personally probably have 100 questions, and that's not even considering everything that you guys have all sent to us.
Too much Botox, baby. Too much Botox.
So we're gonna rip the Band-Aid off Dr. Turvey. We're gonna go
Too much Botox.
to potatoes.
Just saying, lady.
And Taylor.
Perfect.
Let's start with Ann
start
Taylor.
there.
Let's
Go for
start
it.
with Ann Taylor. Go for it.
You first.
Yeah, what's your question? Duh.
We all saw your
Idiot.
response. So let's start there.
Too much Botox,
Well,
guys, right?
What she said. I mean, I think that's a fair place. Because my response comes after her public.
I'm
sort of
doing
ad-
better on the Botox
And
compared
it's,
to you.
For me, it's kind of, the course with that team. Subsequent to the revelation of the plea agreement. How do I put this?
I don't know.
I think I am fairly shocked, as is I think the world, that a defense attorney would come out publicly and admonish one of their own experts.
I agree with
for
that.
discussing exculpatory evidence for their client.
Yeah, I agree with
And it
that.
begs the question as to whether or not she's representing Cobra or something else.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Because that's not in his best interest. his best interests obviously are served by full disclosure of all exculpatory evidence and testing of all potentially exculpatory evidence. And that's all any expert should be, advocating for. If you're advocating for truth and justice and full disclosure and transparency, which are sort of the hallmarks of good scientific practice, that's what you're advocating for. And when you hire somebody like me, that's what you're saying to the world. Hey, we're bringing in independent experts who are independent, who are going to give us advice about what evidence exists and what evidence does not exist, what evidence should be tested, and what evidence might be beneficial to understanding the full narrative of the case. And the idea that you would leave physical evidence untested.
Yeah, we talked about antenna.
Is shocking.
Antenna.
And so the idea that you would admonish somebody for saying, hey, there's this really important piece of untested evidence that we need to talk about, that's sort of, again, it's problematic, and it raises real questions for me. But let me explain something else.
I agree. I totally agree with that. It should be coming from the prosecution.
What would it say about an expert
Right.
you hired who sat on exculpatory evidence and didn't say anything publicly, and later on that evidence was discovered and tested and exculpated a client or a defendant? What would you say about the entire team of experts that said nothing and sat blithely by while the judicial machine sort of steamrolled the defendant?
I would not think very highly of them.
What?
I would not think very highly of them at all.
Exactly. So while in this moment there are people who are chagrined by this discussion of publicly available material, I am more concerned about those who would rather suppress it.
And is it safe to say, Dr. Turvey, that this is the first time a defense attorney in a case that you've worked on has come out and made such a statement?
I've never seen it before in any case. Ever in my 30-year history. I mean, if you can name that case, I'd love to know.
No,
I've seen it.
No, I agree. Dude, we talked about this the other night. It's absolutely bizarre that Ann Taylor would fucking try to throw him under the bus, right? Again, we talked about this. She should keep her fucking mouth shut, right? If anybody's going to be pissing and moaning about this, it's going to be fucking Thompson and the prosecution. Fucking Ann Taylor has no reason to make any statements regarding whatever here. Fucking Ann Taylor, you keep your mouth shut. And I agree with him here. It's ridiculous. It's bizarre. He's never seen it. He's been around 30 years. Yeah, it is weird.
For the state and for the defense, who've come out and made massive blunders, massive errors, massive failure to disclose misconduct, incorrect interpretations, looking at photographs upside down and interpreting them incorrectly. That happens all the time, and you never see a defense attorney coming out and blasting them for it, or even the state often might do it a little bit, but not the defense, not their own expert. So really,
no.
To make the question, what is the purpose of hiding this evidence? What is the purpose of not?
Wait, what's the matter? What am I doing wrong here? What, Dave Celestine, what are you talking about?
The admonishment is generic. It's only that I'm discussing things, not that I'm wrong. Not that I'm
too close to
Not that I am biased.
You're making fun of me now. You're making fun of me now.
None of that is happening.
Dame, you're making fun of me, Dame. Okay, well, wait till Mrs. John gets here, and then we're going to lay the 100-year fucking butterface wall on your ass again. All right, welcome, there, Tig old biggie. Hey, now,
which is the Supreme Court ruling, which states that you can't you have to disclose everything.
Well, and I haven't commented on it, but I'm just going to say it's absolutely beautiful, but I haven't formally been able to comment on it yet because I got other fucking people bugging the shit out of me, and well, not you people, other people on the outside here.
and let the defense do
I
their
know,
investigation.
I know, Tigo. I check
So
it.
everything that I've discussed,
I know what
is
you're
already
talking
been
about.
disclosed
I haven't a chance to respond to it yet.
She's just unhappy.
But from what I saw, it's
reason.
absolutely beautiful,
And then
love.
put me on blast
It's
with
beautiful,
her
love. It's
attorney
absolutely
to
beautiful,
sort of-
love.
Beautiful. I think her attempt was to try
Absolutely
to say, well, the
beautiful.
last line says it all, which is his credibility should be viewed through this lens or whatever. And I think it should be. I think my credibility should be viewed through that lens, which is, will I knowingly
Yes,
sit on exculpatory
yeah,
evidence?
amazing.
No, I will not.
I said this before with your work.
Despite whatever
You're
consequences might
amazing.
come.
Don't forget
And
that. Yeah, I
have,
love it. It's
at any
it's
given time, I
absolutely
have between
beautiful.
35 and
It's
40 open
it's
cases.
fantastic.
I just finished a huge report in a big case today. Spent the last 2 weeks working on it. And my clients hire me for that objectivity, for that impartiality, and because they know that I have a reputation for having integrity in front of a jury and in front of the court. And I have to say, it really begs the question as to the credibility of those experts or those attorneys or those participants or those commentators who are arguing for the suppression of this evidence. That's interesting to me.
All right.
But there are no specific, she's made no specific allegations of specific information. And I think I know why that is.
And that was also interesting that she hasn't spoke up since the, following the plea, which was almost getting close into that year mark. I thought that was interesting. But you're 100% right. She doesn't try to discredit you. She doesn't try to say that you're wrong. She basically just says she's also attacking her own team, which is wild. I mean, that's kind of, you have the whole world trying to attack you for the most part, and you're trying to prove BK's innocence, but hey, let's start attacking our own, which was so
interesting. Think about what it's going to do to her. I mean, remember this, she's not like this clean defense attorney. She's got a conflict of interest starting out of the gate because she represented victim family members when she was working for the public defender. But she also has she worked as a magistrate and a prosecutor, I think, at some point. People who do these things as lawyers, they get confused sometimes about their role. They get confused, and their attitude and their posture doesn't change sufficiently when they change their role or their onus. What is their onus? Is their onus to the defense, to their client, to the state, to the people who elected them, whatever? They get confused. And so when you have this, we call role strain, when you have multiple roles pulling on you, you can wind up saying and doing things that you probably shouldn't. What I'm also thinking about is any person who would ever think of working as an expert for Ann Taylor in the future is probably going to say no.
All right. Yeah.
And I'm assuming that.
All right. Hey, good so far, right, guys? Hey, not bad so far. Not bad so far, baby. I do not know, Nasty Nate. I do not want to know, Nasty Nate. Where do you come up with this stuff? What makes you think of these questions, Nasty Nate? What makes you think of these questions? I don't know. I can't speculate on that. I don't want to know. My guess, it probably smelled like alcohol in some fashion. My guess is it smells like alcohol, Nasty Nate. Well, you know how the Hobbit is. She's like, "Oh, I'm drunk." Well, somebody must have did that to me because I don't remember getting drunk. I couldn't possibly get drunk on my own. No. Oh my God! Yeah, that's the Hobbit. That's the Hobbit. The Hobbit just happens to find herself in situations that are, well, they're dangerous. You know. But I don't know how I got there. No, I don't know. I just happen to end up in them. Because I'm so innocent and all. From the desert. sorry, guys. Today was a bothersome day. It was a bothersome day. I shall pass my bother on to you, where it belongs. But no, we're not cruel, Master. We're not cruel. All right, here we go.
The first time you heard this admonishment was publicly. You haven't had any direct contact with her since before the plea?
Sam, this is a great question. The answer is no, of course not. I mean, if you were going to, let me back up and say this.
All right, back up.
If you were going to admonish an expert for some behavior, you would probably want to talk to them first about what they did and why.
Smoke break. It's a smoke break, nasty.
As part of what's going on. But
I can't poop that fast.
Relationship dramatically deteriorated once she made this surprise plea deal, which surprised most of the team. Well, there's a guilt phase, and then there's a mitigation phase in the death penalty case. And the mitigation experts, we never met them, and even the guilt phase experts who were trying to reconstruct the crime or determine the events and the actions, we didn't talk to each other. We were very much compartmentalized. So I wouldn't even have anything to share from them other than the findings that are in the defense autopsy report. There's not an autopsy evaluation done by a defense expert, and I have access to that, but I obviously haven't shared that with anybody.
That's a perfect lead into
That's
the
interesting.
next question. I know that this is something I'm super interested in.
I'm curious about that.
In this chat.
What would that autopsy report show?
How did you get involved with this case, Dr. Turvey?
Well, I mean, it's not a secret that I was hired, so I can certainly discuss that. It's not a secret that I wrote a report, nor are my findings a secret because they were publicized in January with all the disclosures. In fact, there was an article written about my findings in Fox News back in January 2025, I think. 2025. And I was one of the only experts whose findings were disclosed to the public. How did I get involved? Well, I was, I would say, collegial, good friends and collegial with Becca Barlow, who was hired on early on as a DNA expert. I worked a case with her in California, and she asked to bring me on to evaluate the placement of the scabbard, right? Because they were concerned that there was evidence that it was planted because of the things that have all come to light. And then once I did that, once I was brought on board for that, they expanded my role and they expanded my analysis to a full crime scene analysis, so that we could make determinations with certainty. And remember, I prepared a report in this case, which was submitted to Ann Taylor, I think, at least twice. One evening, I was traveling, I was working really late, and I submitted it. We had a deadline we were coming up against in January of 2020, whatever it was, 2025. And I had to meet that deadline. And so she reviewed it.
Oh, awesome, Dame Celestine. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you're getting comments. And no, you say it's Master Nature, bitch. Yeah, the greatest show on earth, the greatest channel on earth, the greatest show on earth.
In her admonition, which was bizarre, trying to pretend, oh well, he's just this guy. We just kind of hired him and just kind of did this. And you didn't vet me completely. You didn't ask for a report. Didn't expand my role. Didn't request a report that was X number of pages long and submit that to the court as true and just and accurate. I mean, come on. It defies credibility. Her posture at this point defies credibility. So that's how I got involved. And that was the nature and range and scope of my examination. Quite extensive.
Alrighty.
And do you recall what time frame was it that you were actually hired on as the expert?
Well, it would be like man, I don't remember. Let me just take a look. I can tell you right now. I can tell you.
3 years ago. 4 years ago. 3 years ago.
All right. So I was brought in October 2024, but I was interviewed multiple times, at least twice before then, to screen me.
Couple of years.
My report was submitted in January 22nd, 2025. Does that help?
Yeah, that helps quite a bit.
Yep.
All right, let's get on.
So I know that there was a lot of discussion, a lot of complaints by Ann Taylor to the court about a defense being slow to give evidence over. Did that kind of put the defense team...
The prosecution, not the defense, the prosecution.
The prosecution turning him over to the defense, yeah. Did that kind of put the defense under the gun a bit?
Not just that. I mean, right before the plea, we got this massive data dump that had not been disclosed to us prior, and that I have not seen and have not examined. We had to
Still have.
No, of course not, because the plea happened right after that.
Yeah.
So when I left her office the last time, the weekend before the Thursday before the weekend of the plea agreement being announced, we had all kinds of plans set in motion, as you would, because we were going to trial, and all kinds of plans for examining those disclosures, all kinds of plans for other examinations for other items of evidence to check on chain of custody and things like that. There was a bunch of work to be done. That is not some secret. That's that disclosure of that data dump requires examination by the experts. So there's no.
Do you know what was in that data dump?
I didn't look at it.
Well, no. I mean, they say,
nope.
You know, here are photos, here are videos, nothing. You just
no. No, she was not like that. So she wasn't. She you know, the version of Ann Taylor that I know bears no resemblance to the Ann Taylor that took the plea and is talking in public right now. I don't know this person. I don't recognize.
There you go.
Well, when you last met with her,
Well, that's interesting. Gee, I wonder what happened with Miss Ann Taylor. Yeah, a flower withering in the sun. She got too close to the sun, baby, somewhere, and she started to wither. That's the Ann Taylor. And now, well, I don't know who this Ann Taylor is. Now it sounds like she's trying to protect her reputation because she realized she was definitely incompetent, and she was never going to be a competent attorney to take this to trial. And I think she's trying to save face here because all that we see in terms of evidence, yes, this should have gone to trial. But I think it's a case of Ann Taylor doesn't look as bad as she does. She's also a homegrown fucking inbred potato, just like the rest of them. So, whatever. Yeah. Unfortunately, Brian didn't know that at first, until I think it got way too deep now, way too far into the case. But yes, I think if Kohberger realized what this was in the beginning, I think he would have probably wanted to maybe gotten a new attorney. I would have, but hey, you don't know these things until somebody tells you, well, you probably should take a plea deal because it's the best thing for you. Yeah, that's Ann Taylor. Fuck you, cunt. We know what she is. Welcome, Ashley. I love you too. Oh, Ann Taylor kept her mouth shut. Just keep your mouth shut. She kept her mouth shut for the wrong reasons, and then she opened her mouth when she shouldn't have opened her mouth. Yeah, because she doesn't want to look bad. That's why. She doesn't want to look bad, incompetent. Again, how many times have we said, please turn in your law license, Miss Taylor? Please turn that in. Remember how many times have we said that? Yeah, this just reinforces that. Remember, we talked about that for months, guys. And here you have somebody like this come along and confirm our suspicions that she was... No, incompetent. She's never going to bring it to trial. Oh, my God. Disgusting. Really disgusting. Really disgusting, guys. They're really disgusting. It's disgusting. She had ulterior motives. She had an ulterior motive, it sounds like, throughout this entire fucking case. She had at least one or two ulterior motives that she wasn't telling anybody or letting on to anything about it. And at the very last minute, when she was approached and some things were said, I think she got the point then, and that's when she started singing a different tune here. Somebody gave her the message, all right. Because, well, why? Number one, because this case doesn't have much evidence in it. That's number one. Not at all. So number two, this is the type of case that you would have to go to trial. If any, this is the case that would go to trial. Look, it's not, this case, they don't have anything, essentially. Oh, my God. Idaho wasn't prepared for it. The vampire wasn't prepared for it. Thompson wasn't prepared for it. And they told Ann Taylor, you're not going to be prepared for it either. So the best thing that everybody can do here is you need to make a deal. We need to make a plea. I don't care how you get it done, but you got to get it fucking done here. Because Idaho we're in no shape to get this monstrosity to trial. Nobody is prepared for that. These fucking chuckleheads, these fucking knuckleheads, these inbred Idaho potatoes. Do you think they were ready for this massive trial? No fucking way they weren't. They couldn't even get how they were going to solicit the jurors. They couldn't even figure out how they were going to solicit 5,000 to 10,000 jurors that they possibly would need in a juror pool to get jurors. They're still trying to figure out that shit, guys. Right. There's no way that Idaho was prepared to go to. There's no way they could have gotten ready for this. Everybody knew it, and Taylor knew it. This would have been an extremely lengthy trial because first of all, take a look at the defense witness list, and they say we are prepared to put on a robust defense. So yes, this trial would have taken months, and I would say this trial would take a lot of time, at least I'm guessing 3 to 6 months maybe. This trial would have dragged on. Long time. Yeah. Long time. And these cocksucking inbred Idaho fucking people, they did not want to go through that. They did not want to go through it. The judge, the vampire, he didn't want to fucking go. He was already ready to fucking lay in his coffin. The vampire already wanted to lay down dead in his goddamn sarcophagus with a silver stake through his fucking heart in a root cellar, all right? That's where Hitler was at in this shit. He didn't want to even be there. Nosferatu, tired. So yeah, if you're really looking at this again, you're like, wait a minute. There is no way that this was ever going to go to trial anyway. Okay, no. They couldn't even figure out what... no way, guys. That's why, unfortunately, in a scenario like this, in a case like this, you have to have money. Seriously, that's the only way through this. But, as we know, of course, that's not... Will Koberger's dirt fucking poor. Pretty much. Pretty poor. He's not dirt poor. Yeah. He ain't wealthy. His family ain't wealthy. So, anyway, whatever. Quick break. We'll pick it back up. We'll pick it back up with Mr. Turvey. So far I'm all right with this guy. Wait, who are you talking? Now you talk about Tiss Dame cells, Steve. Who are you talking about now? Well, now what's going on? Nancy Guthrie found. Wait, now are you serious, Nasty Nate? Strangled and dead on an abandoned boat. Oh my God. Are you sure, man? Are you sure? How far was that? Hey, you lying to me. If that's true, how far was the boat from the house? Who's hot? I don't get it. Who's hot? Who hot? But I got lost here. I'm getting lost. And a failures, right? Inbred potato, that right. Campus full of iPhones and laptops. They didn't count on social media. What happened to me and White Rabbit? I don't know. 3.5 years. They like the shirts? Oh yeah, okay, cool. We gotta make more shirts. That's good. That's good. Yeah, well, wear the shirt. It's a badass for taking it. Nasty Nate. Why you play jokes on me? Nasty Nate, now you're playing you're playing crude tricks on me here. I don't like it. I have to go to fucking Bagel. And you're playing crude tricks on me. Damn, Nasty Nate. Asparagus is hot. Oh, I'll give you asparagus, baby. Oh my God. I'll make you some good asparagus. You know it. Oh my God. That is, yo, that is. Yo, that is.
Oh my God. My daughter. I'm not sitting on a boat, am I?
All right, Nasty Nate. You don't have to apologize for nothing. All right. I know. Quick break. Now remember. Just remember. on, Damon. Big on, Damon. Big on. Or hit that like button. That's a you know what? You know I'm smoking nasty, or you know Master Nature smoking that. Come on now. Come on. I do like this one though. You like this one? Hey, check this shit out. When was the last time you heard this shit? Shit. Hobbit.
My tooth. No. Kelly wanted to stay here with us forever. Oh my God, Hobbit. You're just like me. I like the way you think, Hobbit. No, I'm serious, Stanley. Kelly wanted to stay here with us forever. Oh my God, Hobbit. You are the funk, you know that.
That's what she said. Yeah, weird, eh? But no, that's what she said.
She wanted to stay here with us forever amongst the children of the corn. Oh, I love you. I love you, Bethany. I love you, Hobbit. Just as much as I love the Prime. Oh, my God.
You had no indication that the plea was going to happen. And how did you actually find out about the plea? Through the media? How did
I found out from a colleague. A colleague texted me and said, hey, Brent, I remember you were working on this case. I remember reading the articles, I remember this, I remember you mentioning it. What's going on? There's a plea agreement? Is that true? And I wrote back immediately, no way. No way.
Are you fucking kidding?
No way.
What are you fucking talking about?
And then over the next 10 minutes, it was like bing, 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 bing. I was getting all kinds of text messages from different colleagues and different
Lily of the Valley. Welcome, Creamy Rowe. You are the lily of the valley. You are the lily of the valley God. You are Valley Road. You are Cold Jordan. You are Muddy Water. Hey, Nasty Nate. Muddy Water, baby. Muddy Water.
Yeah. Of course. But let me back up and say something.
Dylan was a sophomore. Dylan was a sophomore, my friend.
The reason I was hired for this case is I was one of the only people on the whole case who's ever worked a mass homicide before. I've worked dozens. Well, a dozen or more. Somewhere between 12 and 20.
That's a lot.
You can go count them.
That's a lot.
That's the first thing. And I'm working a couple right now. Actually, I just picked up another one the other day. So that's one of the reasons I was brought in, because I have expertise.
This guy's not hurting for work, guys.
Complex mass homicide.
This guy's not hurting for work.
The second thing is that when you are on a death penalty case, it is intensive.
She was sophomore, my friend.
Okay? Everybody is part of the process, because if they're not, you can miss something. And the consequences are life and death.
Creamy Road.
So there's a lot of great articles on the death penalty issue and the work that's required and the focus that's required. And what they say is, quote, death is different, unquote. So when you have a death penalty case, you are responsible in a way that you're not in other cases, right? Because there's going to be appeals and there's going to be, you can do it, and then you can get a second chance. You can get a couple more bites at the apple if there's a problem, or if there's a procedural error or an innocence issue. In a death penalty case, it's dangerous. So that means there has to be a very high level of trust and communication between the people working on the case. And the fact that none of the defense experts were contacted or consulted as part of this deal, in fact, were misled by the defense attorneys as to whether or not there was going to be a plea deal, is stunning. It's a stunning context to be in. I've only experienced this kind of thing one time before, sort of, but this is pretty stunning.
How were you misled?
What?
How were you misled? Exactly.
Well, as I said, the entire posture of the case was going to trial.
Right. Follow along, my friend. Ron Funk. Oh, God. I didn't even catch the last name. Ron Funk! Oh, man. Well, now you know what we gotta fucking do, guys. I don't have to do it, guys, but, everything points to the funk. Fuck! Guys, I think I'm being punked here.
Tether the fuck, sucker. Tether the fuck, we gonna tether the fuck, the mother sucker. Tether the fuck, the sucker. Tether the
God, another funk? God damn it. All right, here we go. Mr. Ron. Different spelling. I'm sorry.
And that changed on the weekend and was announced to the world without being discussed among anyone. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to describe that, but one is just, it's misleading everybody else to let them think that there's one pathway that's happening, and that causes them to to engage in activity or make decisions and choices and planning and protocol and logistics surrounding that and action plans that cause them to do massive amounts of work and commit to certain time frames, and then to sort of have the rug pulled out from underneath you for some reason without any explanation, then or now, as to why. Misleading is a gentle way of saying it. Misleading is a kind word.
So you don't have any information.
Hello, Ashley. Hello, Terry Lynn. Welcome, Terry Lynn. Welcome, Dame Athos, Queen of the Mountain.
They went that direction.
Welcome, Terry Lynn, as well. Love you.
Asked that question.
I didn't watch. Nate, you're right. I never watched that. You're right. I should watch that show. It's a good.
Was
you correct?
Or the court, were they encouraging the negotiations regarding the plea deal, or there's so many different theories that we've all heard online. Some that Hitler was encouraging the two sides to mediate, see if they can come to a plea deal, or was it just completely like you had no clue that these negotiations? It sounds like to me you had no clue that these negotiations were going to go down that weekend.
None at all. And it's none at all. And that's sort of, in my perspective, and Ann Taylor doesn't have that much experience working death penalty cases. I do. I've done this many years, 30 years now. And in my experience, it is completely inappropriate to start making major decisions like that without first getting a sense of where the evidence really is at and having a team meeting and talking about it. And that didn't happen.
Yeah, see that guys, that is I up until this point, I essentially agree with everything that he said so far. Totally agree. Totally. No, he's right. Look, if there's going to be a plea deal play here, yes, we have to have a fucking meeting to discuss it. And that should include your experts in the case. You think you might want to clue them into what you're thinking about doing, Ann Taylor, you cunt. Yeah, remember, how long have now we said, Miss Taylor, I hope you turn in your fucking law license because you're not an attorney. I don't know what you are, but you're not a defense attorney at all. I don't know what you are. That's another reason why I'm saying that. We said that now for 8 months, guys, that she should have handed in her goddamn law license. And here we go. As time passes, as more shit comes out, as we know, the more that comes out, the worse it is. Then we get a very strong expert here saying, this is ridiculous, is what this is. We didn't get consulted. Nobody consulted us about what was going to happen. There was never a team meeting to discuss this potential path of resolution for the case. There was never a meeting held. Ann Taylor, you cunt. And that is in the English vernacular, also known as Britannia vernacular. Right, guys? Right. How long have we been bitching about this? How long have we been bitching about Ann Taylor? For a long time. We know she should have been removed from the case. We know a lot of things. She should not be a defense attorney. That's clear. She never handled a case like this. That's clear. Kohlberger, unfortunately, didn't know that. I do believe that Kohlberger was not aware of the very deep specifics here and what this was going. Well, of course, he's not going to know what it's going to turn out, but yeah. The bottom line is with the Kohlberger case, you cannot. First of all, you can't have Ann Taylor's team whatsoever. You have to have. Unfortunately, you're not wealthy. You're not wealthy, but unfortunately, that's kind of what you'd have to be wealthy. I'm sorry. In order to get these fucking inbreds to do the right thing in this case, in order to get these fucking the inbreds and the good old boys here, in order for them to make them comply, you have to have you have to be fucking wealthy. Okay? Otherwise, these fucking good old boys and these fucking inbred fucking potatoes, they aren't going to do shit. They're going to do whatever they want to do. Because there's no pressure. There's no pressure. And there's no pressure coming from the fucking vampire, Hitler, that's for sure, because he's just like them. He's one of the good old boys too. Just a vampire, older. He's definitely a vampire, and he definitely doesn't have an experience with this type of case at all. So yeah, all these stupid fucking pieces from the very beginning, on the fucking chessboard, they were all fucked up to begin with. All the chess pieces already were fucked up to begin with. Or they're all retarded, guys. It's like playing retarded chess with people. You ever play chess with a retarded person? I mean, you have to have the patience of a saint. You playing chess with somebody who's fucking... Well, wait a minute. I got a strange sensation coming on here. I don't know. It's like somebody just... I'm sorry. Sir Equinox, welcome. I'm sorry, I forgot you, my friend. I'm so sorry. Well, the castle gate's open. You know where the food is. Anyway. Oh, CB from Philly here too? Oh my God, I got two pirates now. Let me guess. You're both running the fucking the straight and seeing how many fucking scalps you can make. I get it. Now, you think I was born fucking yesterday, but listen, Tyrone, you think I'm joking. Tyrone is like, well, I'm really fucking old, and I'm much older than you. Just keep that in mind. You think it's a joke, but you've been talking to Spirit the whole time. Remember, that's the greatest. Now, where were we? Now I got sidetracked. Oh, God, I knew I had a feeling. I knew I got the tingling. I had some tingling going on. I knew it. Mrs. John walked in. I knew I got the tingling going. Fucking, yeah, that's where the fucking tingling come from. Or the Moroccan moon does, but it's all right. All right. Yeah. I got double lightning bolt there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, how does my hair look? And way too much filler, guys, on the lip. Ashley. Why, Maisie? Why so much filler? Look, first of all, I can't have corn children with you. And second of all, no. You can't put Botox in the corn. Oh my, guys, they wanted to put Botox in the corn children, the corn people. I'm sorry, my little corn children. They wanted to put Botox in the corn, guys. I said, no way. No way. You can't put Botox in corn. Oh my God. Oh my God, think of the corn children. I know it's scary, but that's what they were trying to do out there, guys. Maisie was trying to like get me introduced to the concept. I'm like, no fucking way, Maisie. I hate your gut, Maisie. I was gonna show you. Oh no. No. Where are you? Maisie. Oh my God. No, that ain't it. What's this? No. No, I can't get rid of that. Okay. All right. Hey.
It has to be the most beautiful film of all. It has to be The Phantom. Wow. With Billy Zane.
What?
The guy who dressed very tight purple outfit on, a wheeled wolf as a dog. His name is some name.
All right. I love you. Hey, Mrs. John. I know. All right. Oh no! Don't send him to the bell tower. Oh, it's totally inhumane. Don't do that. Oh my God, Mrs. John. Yeah, what's your favorite movie of all time? This, he says The Phantom is the most beautiful movie he's ever seen. Yeah, when someone says, The Phantom is the greatest movie ever made. You know what happens, Mrs. John? In the Delta, especially, straight to the fucking Tower, fucking London. I mean, I don't even mess around. The ropes are already ready. The ropes are already on the wrists and the legs. I said, no, you don't need to say any more to me. We drag them straight on to the fucking bell tower. That's what happens here. Fucking hell. What the fuck? Oh, The Phantom, huh? The Phantom is the greatest movie you think ever made. You are. Anyway, we are gonna power the whole city of London tonight with oil and gas. That's how I feel. CB and Nasty Knee. Now you're either with me or you're out. All right. I don't know. I don't know. There must be a movie. I don't fucking know, God. I don't know. You ask the weirdest questions sometimes in here. I don't fucking know. But I have to go to bingo in 5 fucking minutes, and I'm not very happy. So leave me alone. All right. What? Now what happened here? All right, that's cool. Let's carry on. Where are we at? I don't know how long this fucking interview is for, but we'll see.
I will just say this. Without betraying any confidence, I can say that I asked multiple times. I asked at least twice and was given a third version of events. Every single time there was a discussion about this after the fact, I got a different answer as to what the precise sequence of events was. And in a normal case, like I said, I have clients that I've worked with for 10, 15 years. I got clients who I work with constantly on every case they work. I got clients who I trust them to do anything with me. I trust them to watch my kids. I trust them to watch my cats. I trust them with everything. Because over time and temperance, you learn sort of the ethical character of the people you're working with, and that's why you work with them again, because you don't have any problems with the way they conduct themselves, and you know that when you're not in the room, the best evidence and the best ethical posture is going to be taken. In this case, I have zero faith and confidence in Ann Taylor in terms of her posture. Because every single time I've spoken with her, she's given a different version of events about whether and why and how. And so at this
That's
moment,
a problem.
I can't violate any privilege with you because I don't know what the truth is, because I have not been told the truth yet that I can tell.
That's
I've
interesting.
been given 3 different versions of events relating specifically to your question. When did the deal start? When did they start? How did they get Brian to agree to it? And the involvement of Hitler. And I'm not a legal expert. I know what my role is, and I know what my onus is to. I know that my first onus is to being first we start with, you have to do your due diligence in every case, because that's what satisfies due process, and due process is a requirement of the Constitution. If you don't follow that logic, you have no business being an expert or being involved in the criminal justice system. Due diligence equals due process equals constitutionality. Okay. I don't know. That's the extent of my sort of my grasp of my situation or my role. And I don't know what the legal realities are around Ann Taylor taking this case. I don't know what the legal realities are of whether or not Hitler was involved and how he was involved, the judge or the prosecutor. And I suspect that it was done in such a way that was problematic, which is why I'm getting 3 different versions. All right, that's the problem. So I'm not disclosing anything because I got nothing to disclose. I just don't know what the truth is. I'm as stunned, shocked, and appalled as the rest of you, which is why I was happy to discuss the publicly disclosed elements of this case as they relate to chain of custody for the sheath and as they relate to the untested DNA evidence from the hair found in Ethan's hand. All of this was obscured in different ways, and so bringing
Obscured
that
by clouds.
not a violation.
Obscured by clouds.
If you don't think that's your responsibility, please, God, stay out of this profession.
We are going to get there. Absolutely.
I hope so, Mr. Funk.
Because I'm an appellate attorney. I'm primarily civil appeals.
Okay.
And so forth. But I certainly understand the appellate process. And I know that with criminal appeals, one big avenue for challenging even a plea is ineffective assistance of counsel. Now, as I understand it, a lot of times defense attorneys are almost encouraging of their clients, hey, you need to pursue this. You need to look at ineffective assistance of counsel. Get with an appellate attorney or post-judgment attorney. Yeah. Is that your experience in general?
Let's just talk in general, not about this particular case.
Okay.
So that we can dial in. All right. Yeah. In general, I am often called in appellate contexts for major cases, death penalty cases or LWOP, life without parole cases, to do a review to determine whether or not, let's say, for example, if the attorney had hired an expert such as myself at the time of the trial, using those standard practices, using those protocols and procedures that are available at the time, using the science available at the time, would they have discovered the evidence that was missed? That's one of the reasons why I have a library that's worth about 30 grand, because I collect old forensic and investigative textbooks, because sometimes I'm asked to go back to 1970. Sometimes I'm focused on 1980. Sometimes it's 2005. What were the practice standards at the time? So this is a very normal involvement for me. We call it IAC, Ineffective Assistance of Counsel. And if you can demonstrate that the attorney was ineffective in terms of hiring experts or using experts or investigating evidence, it's a big deal. Like, for example, I do a lot of casework in Kansas, and they had I can't remember the stupid case, but it was a case involving a cell phone evaluation. And the defense attorney did not have the cell phone extracted and examined. It was sitting in police holding. And when the appellate attorney got involved, they found a bunch of stuff on it, apparently. And so they used that. They took that all the way to the Supreme Court of Kansas, who ruled that negligent failure to engage an expert to examine critical evidence is actually a reversible error, evidencing ineffective assistance of counsel. So your question is apropos, and it is absolutely relevant to the present case that we're in. Imagine, again, an expert who did not want to have that hair tested. Right? How do you argue that?
I think we all shit our pants when we read that in Chris's book. Excuse my,
Wow.
That's literally what I think most of us did. We were all reading it together till late hours of the night, texting each other, going, "There's hair in his fist."
It's not just that there's hair in his hand, okay? Because this is really important to understand the context. Glad we're bringing this up. The hair in the hand was described in investigative and forensic reports as debris. There's no debris. Debris indicates like multiple different types of small, sort of maybe commercial material, maybe hair, maybe dust, maybe pieces of paint or carpet, things like that. A bunch of different stuff, debris, okay? This was just a clump of hair in Ethan's right hand. And the hand slipped down into the space between the mattress and the wall. And the blood went down his arm, and it glued the hair to his hand, and it glued this more hair to the actual bed frame. And I didn't know it was there because it wasn't in the reports and it wasn't being discussed until I actually went to Moscow and examined the evidence. I examined the bed frame myself and all the other evidence in the case.
Can you walk us through that when you went to the locker with, I think, Payne escorting you, right?
They were all there. We had everybody was there. We had Payne and another guy. And we had the defense investigator taking pictures, and I took pictures, and this is not some secret. I billed for it. Somebody can want to go look at it. They can see it's in my report that I actually went there and documented everything before I came to my conclusions. And one of the things I found was this huge amount of blood with a bunch of hair, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And they're like, oh yeah, that's the hair. So it was not evident in the documentation it wasn't evident in the documentation that I had, nor in the investigative reports, nor in the autopsy report. It was written in such a way to obscure that fact, which in my view is problematic. And of course, at the time, everybody else thought it was problematic too. So this is not secret. This is something that everybody knows. It was submitted to the FBI for macroscopic, not microscopic, but macroscopic examination, which means looking at the physical features of the hair, the length, the color, the shape, the curls, all that good stuff that you can describe. And they excluded it as coming from Brian Koberger. In other words, they could tell this did not belong to Brian Koberger. Wrong color, too long, all that good stuff. Okay? Now, the next question is, let's test it and find out whose it is. Nobody wanted to test it. And that is also not secret because it was never tested. Because it was never tested, we can infer that nobody wanted it tested. Not either side.
So Anne did not want that tested? Anne did not want that hair tested?
Well, it didn't get tested. And she knew about it. So that's the inference. There's no violation of privilege here. This is something that we know existed, didn't get tested, and they knew about it. So
did you suggest that it should be tested?
Vehemently. Multiple times. It was even one of the last things I said as I was walking out the door. I will just tell you this in general. I would not want to be on the stand with such a piece of evidence untested. I would not to be on the stand having to explain why. If the prosecution had, well, Dr. Turvey, if this was such an important piece of evidence, why wasn't it tested? That would be a death blow. That's why.
Did you ever get an explanation why the defense did not have it tested?
No.
Wow.
I like the same response because there's a lot of people wonder, did she know about this? Did she get?
All right. Well, there you go, loves. I love you. That's exactly right. And guess what? Ann Taylor knew that very well. She knew. Oh, that's right. Tilly. I forgot about Tilly. Oh, yeah, Tilly, I guess she didn't call in sick. Well, God damn it, Tilly. Ay, ay, ay. Of course, then you're thinking, well, okay, well, where's this hair now at? Is the hair totally destroyed? Once the FBI got it, what happened to it? Do they still have samples of this hair, or did they just oops? Everything got destroyed when we're trying to do our sample, whatever we're trying to do to it. Yeah, everything got destroyed. Who knows? Strange. All right, where are we at? We'll keep going a little bit. We'll keep going. This is a rather long interview, it seems. But it's good. It's decent so far. Yeah, let's see how far we can go until I get bored and tired and restless. Whatever. Still gotta play you something though, love. Planning our own little coup, don't you know? Oh, you always have to have a backup plan. You think you're gonna fuck me? Well, fuck you. I have seen the writing on the wall. That's right. That's right. That's right. You know what? You can't handle it. You can't handle it, guy. You cannot handle it, guy. Here we go. Here we go, guy. cannot handle it.
For you, just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there's so much more evidence that clearly shows that boxing not only causes great physical damage, but neurological damage as well.
So you think boxing should be outlawed?
Huh, yes, I do.
Well, thank you very much, Doctor. All right, send in the next expert witness, please.
It's Dr. Turvey. Oh, no! You can't handle the tooth. It's Moscow, Idaho.
I feel that the fight will go at least 7 rounds. But, you know, he had me running back on my heels.
Sir, can you state your name, please?
Straight up. Carl the Tooth Williams. Carl the Tooth will set you free.
That's right, baby.
Mr. Williams, you fought some of the world's greatest fighters, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, and so on. What would you say they all have in common?
They all kick my ass. Basically, that's what happened. You know, they all.
I love you, CB. Hey, where you go, CB? You disappeared on me. Nasty Nate's still here.
That's what I won't understand. You know, but he trying to hide from it, but I'm gonna find him. You know.
I'm gonna find him.
Mr. Williams, regarding your health, do you feel that boxing has in any way affected your sex life?
Well, she ain't with me no more, but I don't think that really has anything to do with, you know, my boxing. You know, I don't know who told you about all that, but, you know, it ain't like I can't still, you know, swing when I get inside the bed, you know.
Mr. Williams, wouldn't you agree that boxers who have taken as many blows to their head as you have, shall we say, lost something upstairs?
Basically.
Right. All right. Oh, I remember those days where there's real comedy on. There's actual comedy going on. I don't know what happened.
You are all my children now. Kelly wants to stay with us forever.
There all the time. Okay. So nobody else walking, you didn't meet anybody? And then which door did you come in?
The front door.
And that's not, is that on the same level as your room? Or is
Yes.
that, okay.
Did you walk all the way to King, then around to Queen, or did you take the cutoff?
Just the cutoff.
Okay.
Up those
There's
stairs.
still quite a few parties in the area.
Yep. Yes.
I was still doing stuff and
Yeah, drinking, drugging, right. Lighting bonfires and shit. Hobbit.
Was there a lot of other foot traffic still?
Yes.
no one really, I don't think, was out when I was walking.
Oh.
Was it cold?
Yes.
No, it's fucking hot as hell, man. Fucking hot.
It was like foggy that whole day.
It was foggy too. Foggy Bottom Sunday. No, that's what we call. What's that song? What's that song?
Do you recall whether told you
Foggy Bottom Mountain. That's what that's called.
whether
In Idaho, in the mashed potatoes of Idaho. Foggy Bottom Breakdown.
Well, she just told me that she thought it was a mini vacuum.
she didn't just try to say it was circular, it was round?
Nah, it's just a mini vacuum. Triangle.
Something wrapped around or something, and then mini vacuum.
Something around, wrapped around the waist.
I don't know, yeah.
I don't know either. Hobbit.
And then holding something else in his hand.
Like she said it was like a mini vacuum. I don't know what that would be compared to.
I don't know either. What do you think, detectives? What do you think that would be?
So after you tried
Yeah, I don't know either.
no one answered.
They never figured that out.
Sleep, or did you do anything else?
I fell back asleep because
No.
I was still out of it. And I don't know if she did right away. And then I woke up again earlier that morning.
About what time?
Do you have the times?
You
No
have some
deep.
times from your phone, right?
Yeah.
7, 6:30.
I called my dad at 7:30. Then he didn't answer and I fell back asleep.
What did you call that for?
my tooth hurt really bad. It's like inflamed, and I can use a dentist, so I was just wondering what it was.
And that was around 7:30?
7:30, yeah.
Okay.
And then he didn't answer, and I just fell back asleep. And then...
You thought we were joking about the tooth. Now, not my God. My God knows all about the tooth. Knows all about the tooth. You all know about the tooth. You can't handle it. That's the problem.
Get this, how much discovery did she have? But it's very clear that she knew this hair existed. She knew that it should have been tested.
That's
I
right.
can only imagine what you felt inside when you saw that at the evidence locker. I mean, if I was prosecution, yeah, I wouldn't want that tested either.
Well,
I
don't. Just so you know, I don't have those. I'm not a regular person. I don't have those kinds of feelings. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, but I know I can kind of. How do I say it? I have sort of the Cassandra syndrome problem where I know what's coming. I know what's going to happen next, and either you believe me and take action, which is why you hired me in the first place, or you don't believe me and then you suffer the consequences. Cassandra syndrome is where you're doomed to know the future but not be believed when you tell it.
All right. Well, that's
when
interesting.
I see this, I don't sit there and go, oh my God, I don't have those kinds of responses.
You're a psychic like me.
Let's make a note of that and circle back.
You're a psychic like me. You're a psychic like me.
I don't get excited like a schoolgirl over stuff like that. I get sky like a little schoolgirl over my cats.
I don't think that's really fucking funny, bitch.
Unfortunately, for doing it as long as we do.
Here's the thing. It's not about being jaded for me, because what I have learned is this.
You poor man.
My inept little fingers.
Never
Little
mind.
fingers can make things worse if I don't have all of the information. So I'm not jaded. What I do get is disappointed. If I were jaded, I would stop with doing this work. I think it's important. I think it's necessary, and I like to work with competent, ethical people. But what happens is I get disappointed by people who don't tell me the truth.
Yeah,
So expect me to keep their secrets, which I'm not going to do.
I want to just kind of close the loop on that.
Interesting.
You said that it was excluded as co-burgers. Was it excluded as to any victims or any of the residents of the house as well?
It was never compared to anyone else in the house. In fact, I'll give you another reality check here, which is that as we are all learning, we don't know all the people who were in the house that night. We don't know. We don't have that list. We know who claimed to live there, or who were legitimately there, but we don't know who all the visitors were. We don't know where people were sleeping necessarily up until the moment of the attack.
Were there any other notable characteristics of the hair that was found?
Yeah.
What were they?
It was about that long. This was that long, and it was blonde, reddish, sort of sandy brown. And I didn't look at the macroscopic detail, but the macroscopic detail that they were able to discern, other macroscopic detail, eliminated it from being co-burgers. Co-burgers' hair is short and black, right? This is medium length and blondish sandy brown. More than that, you don't need. All you need is 1 point of difference, and you're done. So,
was there sufficient substance to that hair?
Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. You mean like that kind of hair? Now, you mean like that kind of hair going on there? Yeah. Like that kind of fucking hair? Maybe, right?
I figure out, is it somebody you knew that knew that was your room and bypassed the room because they weren't intent on harming you?
I mean, that's what doesn't make sense is like, they had to have known our layout to want to go past my room, to not go to
occupied room.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, I don't, from what I remember, I don't think I locked my door that night. I don't think I did. And that's what weirds me out is like, if I didn't, how did he go past my room, not even care that I was in my room? Like, he probably knew all of us were at home that night. And it's just like, I feel like it is something that we know. And I feel like it's someone that had probably been in our house either last year when girls used to live there or this year somehow. I don't know. It just is weird to me that when me and Ben were talking about it, like, he had to have known the layout of the house. He never went to the room. What if Kaylee was living down there? He wouldn't have known. unless he knew us and knew the house. That doesn't make sense.
Well, in our world, to pass an occupied room, to
really
go to
weird.
unoccupied rooms becomes concerning if the direction comes from the door he enters, has to make him walk by it.
Like my door is almost right in front of the view when you walk in that sliding door. That's the first room you see. He didn't go to my room.
That's why we wondered if you know him.
That's what I mean. That's what it has to be. Like.
That's what has to be. Miss Mortensen. Thank you. Now remember we talked about this before. There are a few pockets in her interview here where she does admit, most likely, yes, I have a good idea what this is. Yeah. That this is one of those pockets where she admits it has to be that. And she's not wrong. One thing she doesn't do is she doesn't include herself in that. But anyway, the prime is the prime. He as in Dylan. Or, again, one of her associates. Yeah, all right. We'll do a little bit more. We're at 143. I don't want to make these really long, guys. But... oh, wixing and waning. We can wix all day with the prime and haul it together. We can wix and we can wix. They're one and the same, almost. Well. Fuck. Unsettled. Unsettled tonight. Master Nature. Why so unsettled tonight? What's making you restless? No. We shall see. We shall see.
The DNA testing could have been done from it.
It's a fun question. I don't know because I didn't examine it. What you're asking, I think, Ron, is whether or not there are roots, right?
Yeah.
Roots can give you one kind of DNA, but it's hair. Hair has mitochondrial DNA. You can test it for mitochondrial DNA, whether you've got, if you just have the shaft. You do that all the time in other cases. So yeah, if you've even got a little fragment of hair, you can test it for DNA. Not a confirmatory amount to identify a person or a source, but you can exclude people.
Sounds like a certain, potentially a female's hair.
Well, I'll tell you this. I will divulge this. When other people saw it, not me. When other people saw it, they thought it was a female's hair. And I thought, okay, well, that's a good theory. It's also possibly a male's hair. Because men wear their hair different ways. I don't think like that. But let's not guess. That's what I always say. Hey, let's not guess.
Let's test it.
Let's test it and find out. There are people who will say, and I don't mean to impugn lawyers, but there are many lawyers who are not as, we'll say, enlightened or motivated or competent as you. And they will say, never ask a question you don't know the answer to. That's the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard. That's something from TV and movies. In reality, if you are trying to find out what's happening in your case, you need to test the evidence that's relevant. You don't ever want to go into court not knowing the answer to those questions. You don't want surprises in court. You want to go in, like the value of me, for example, is you call me in, and I'll tell you both the strengths and the weaknesses of your case. You're going to know from where the blade will fall. All right? And that is much more important than me going in and going, rah, 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 you're so great, your guy's innocent. I don't do that. That's nonsense. That's not going to help you.
Waste of money.
It's not going to help you at all. I go in there and I say, here's what they got, here's what it means, and here's what you need to do to figure out whether or not it's accurate.
Do you know where that hair is still today? Is it still sitting in the evidence locker? Does Ann Taylor have access to get that hair tested should she want to at this point?
I don't know the answer to the logistical question is where it's at right now. Couldn't tell you. It would be practice it will be standard practice for the FBI to return the hair to the Moscow PD. They have the custody of that hair. The court can demand testing at any time if they wanted to, just like the court could demand an allocution in this case, which they didn't do, which is actually required to make sure you're not having a false confession. And I want to make that point really quickly before I lose it, and that is that fully more than 25% of the cases that are worked by the Innocence Project involve innocent people confessing to crimes they didn't commit at the urgence of their attorney. Just remember that statistic. It's pretty important.
I think it's important that you brought that up right now, in fact.
Yeah.
There's other hair that was also found upstairs as well. And one of those clumps of hair supposedly had bloody roots as well. Is that true?
I don't know. I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
But I mean, there have been, like I said, there have been tons of disclosures on this case subsequent to the plea. And once the plea occurred, my involvement was over.
Okay. Yeah, it actually was. I think it was in Chris's book that there was hair found both next to Maddie and next to Kaylee, which one of which might have had bloody roots, and which also was not consistent with any of the people in the house or with Brian Coburn. So that's not something that you saw, though, right?
That's not something I examined. I was focused on sort of reconstructing the events of the evening, focusing on the sheet, which was clearly, sort of intentionally placed where it was, well after the crime occurred and blood had dried, and focusing on the staging elements, focusing on the timeline of events and the different methods of killing that were involved and the different weapons that were involved.
All right, there you go.
Now we're gonna get to the
Nice. What? Micropene? Teeny weeny? Who has a micropene? Oh my God, baddies. Now you baddies. Oh my God. He does blink a lot, but no. All right, so at some point I'm guessing they're going to ask, so with all this information, what do you suggest happens with Brian Kohlberger, right? What would you advocate for? And knowing what you know, what do you think happens to Mr. Kohlberger? I'm sure we'll get there. All right, guys. I'm getting, you know what? Where are we at? We're at 151. We're at 151. Ah. Oh, no, we already did that. Oh, come on now, we already did that. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. This is for our lost Tilly. Our lost Tilly. And maybe myself, too, in some weird, strange fashion. We'll talk about that later. All right, we'll talk about that later.
Take this job.
Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready, my love? I hope you're listening. We'll pick up with Mr. Turvey later, all right? We'll pick up with Mr. Turvey later. But I tell you what, I like what he's saying so far. I don't disagree. Especially when he's saying with Ann Taylor. Just saying. Bitch. That's right, bitch. That's right. Wait a minute. No. We can't do that. Can we do that? That's right. Oh my God. All right. What's this shit? No, not that either. God damn it. No, not this. Where is it now? Now I can't find what I'm looking for here now. What the fuck? God damn you. God damn you all. All right. Quick break, and then we leave. We wrap it up, guys. 2 hours. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Man, oh man. I don't know. When did you suddenly grow some ethics? I don't know. And you start doing all these kind of rationalizations in your mind. I don't know. I don't know, Mrs. John. What do you want from me, Master Nature? Get Maisie away from me. Get away. Oh my God. I can't handle the voice anymore. I can't handle the voice anymore. Oh my God. Where are you, Maisie? I don't see you. Okay, oh, there you are. Okay, here you are.
To thrive in today's tech
No,
world,
I don't care.
This morning, as
Oh my God. And they're all looking at Jim like, hey, you okay, old man? You alright? You alright, old man? Where are you, Maisie? I had you somewhere here. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, no. Hey, dog. Hey, dog. Hey. Oh, no. Guy.
family of Ethan Chapin speaking publicly together for the first time since Ethan, his girlfriend Xana Kernodle, and her roommates Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez were brutally murdered in an off-campus home at the University of Idaho.
I miss him every day.
I just watch how they watch him, right?
At 20.
Just look at how they watch him.
You know, it's different. It's a different loss. And I do. I miss him every single day. And I always will.
Bulbous
Ethan,
Creed.
a triplet with his siblings Hunter and
Sears
Maisie,
catalog.
all attending the University of Idaho together. Hunter and Maisie and their parents, Jim and Stacy, now telling their story in a new Prime Video docuseries, One Night in Idaho, The College Murders, remembering their 6'4", larger-than-life brother and son.
We played every sport together. Every time we went in the car, it was together. Partied together. There was never a dull moment.
The night before Ethan was killed, Maisie brought him to her sorority formal. She now cherishes the text.
Maisie!
So he started off by texting me. I think he said, "Dog, come hang out. We all want you here." And I said, "I'm going to bed." And then he said, "Love you." And I didn't respond to that. I think I was asleep by then.
Oh, Maisie!
Well, yeah. definitely.
Oh my God, Mrs. John.
Hunter Johnson came up to me and said, I was like, where's Ethan and Xana? And he's like, they're not here anymore. So I, what do you mean they're not here anymore? He's like, I think they were murdered last night.
Hunter was forced to call his family with the news, his parents in disbelief.
It drives me crazy because I've always wanted to protect my family. And there's really nothing there that I could have done. You know, instantly he was taken.
A suspect, Brian Koberger, arrested nearly 7 weeks later. Getting tattoos to honor him.
We all benefited from having Ethan in our lives for 20 years. It's a tremendous loss.
All right, there you go. Why have you forsaken me? Why? Why do you do it to me? Oh my God. I don't even know what I was doing. What were we doing, guys? Oh no. I got a bad feeling coming on, Mrs. John. The war is not over. This is the last battle. Part 23. For fuck's sake. Oh. Maisie just had to stir shit up again. And, oh yeah, we're watching the Hot Wings shit. And, oh, this looks interesting. Let's watch this, guys. Hang on.
Hey, guys, can you watch my sister for a second? I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Oh, here we go. Oh my God.
All the spaceship now, the spaceship deck. Big white legend.
Hey guys, can you watch my sister for a second? I'll be right back.
All right, here we go. Oh yeah, we saw this one. Oh my fucking God.
Brennan, who has Down syndrome, has wanted to be a cop since he was a kid.
You know why I pulled you over? Because I was speeding? No, because you're black.
You're out, goddammit. You're out, Mike. Oh my God.
I want to start. Engine's down. You know why I pulled you over?
Because I was speeding?
No, because you're black. We're supposed to pull people over if they're black.
Oh my God, guys. I love you, Mrs. John. Don't remember that. She got her eyes, baby. Yeah, oh my God, Maisie. All right, well, MD, I can see why, you kind of, we got a little mesmerized there by Maisie and her charms. But, well, when you first heard her speak, what did you think there, MD? I thought it would be a match made in heaven, actually. She sounds just like me, Tyrone. I mean, really. And she does. Well, okay, I can understand that point there. You both sound the same. I agree with that. Oh my God. How do we get out of this shit? Anyway, I don't really know. Well, no.
You're all my children now. Kaylee wants to stay with us forever. Oh my God. She wants to stay with us forever, guys.
Let me in. Let me in.
We're gonna have a little contest, okay? You stay underwater for 3 minutes. If you can do it, I'll just give you a little nick on your cheek. But if you can't, I'm gonna poke out one of your eyes.